Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of MOZA'S Podcast. This podcast will specifically talk about manifestation and subliminal. I will try to invite a few submakers or other people who has a great knowledge in manifestation or subliminal to talk in here. So basically, I will be a host and I will basically asking them questions and they are the one who will actively explain it. And today we already have Subliminal Goddess here. Say hi to her.
Hi, I'm so grateful to be connecting with everyone. Thank you for tapping into this frequency. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm honored and I'm so excited and I'm shaking. So I'm trying to get myself together while I'm talking.
Okay, could you tell me more about you and your channel?
Yes. Oh, there are so many things to say. I would usually start by saying, usually in my videos, that my name is Tabitha and that I'm the energy behind Subliminal Goddess. Subliminal Goddess is just a term or a name that I've resonated with for my higher self that is here, that is guiding, that is assisting during our journey, during my journey, during this life right now. And it's all about trying to guide to the fullest human potential here within every single one of us. And I'm just honored to be here. And every time I'm honored to be part of something so beautiful. And this shift that is happening right now in the collective. And I usually like to not describe myself, like to not encompass myself into this definition. So I'm trying not to define myself too much, but I like to kind of describe myself as this enlightening field of energy trapped for now in the temple of the human body. So within this human experience right now, as we all are after all. And I like to honor this fact, and to the ones that know me, I'm stoked to be here and to be popping up into the field. To the ones that do not know me, well, you will now. There are so many things to say though, and I'm trying my best to put it into words, as sometimes language just comes through not that easy to me when I'm trying to explain these things, but if I'm coming through and I'm tapping into myself, then it's easier. Everything is becoming easier. And I know that like the quality of my camera right now is not the best because it's a webcam,
Yeah,
my
me too.
laptop.
Me too.
Yes. It's my laptop and it's really weird and it inverted my image, but well, trying to get used to that.
You still look
Yeah.
gorgeous anyway.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so beautiful yourself. And well, I've been here in the subliminals community since I was about 15 years old. So I feel like that was so long time ago. And I've started becoming a subliminal maker in like the summer of 2017. I have started with Reiki subliminals. And when I started with Reiki subliminals, this was not something that was out there. So I was like, the first that started to implement Reiki within subliminals. And when I did that, I did not really expect this to become something that's like normal and it's usually encountered because it was like unusual back then. It was like, what is this? And it was like weird for me to explain, what is this? Okay, let me try to explain what is this. And I was always trying so hard to explain. And right now it's coming through much more easier. And these concepts are much more easier for me to explain. So every time when I'm talking about Reiki, I'm trying to put it into more simple words, so as simple as possible. And when I'm talking about Reiki specifically, it is universal energy or divine energy or source energy or energy from God, depending on what term each one of you resonate with. And this is the infinite energy that has no limits and can be sent through space and time. It can be like one-on-one, face-to-face, but it also can be virtual. It has no limits, and it can be for anything. It can be for spitting up results, it can be for healing generally or specifically. It can be for absolutely anything, and it has this love and understanding, and it's always been here. And when this popped up, I think that I did channel this aspect and it was like, you have to do this. And I acted upon it. And I'm grateful that I did because I'm here right now. And that's just an honor completely. There are so many
Wonderful.
other things that I do that I'm like trying to come through to explain. So one of the things that I mainly do is hypnotherapy as a full-time hypnotherapist. Another thing that I do is coaching, so law of attraction and subliminals. All of my field is all about the rewiring of the subconscious mind
Hmm.
and us coming through and really enjoying our fullest potential, really tapping into this frequency of love and no separation. So here it is. That's everything that I'm always about, that I've always been about. And I've always been so focused on trying to really translate this dimension, this five-dimensional thing into the 3D. So that is why I think that sometimes when I'm trying to explain things, it can come a little bit harder because I have to kind of translate this energy
Yeah,
into
yeah.
words. So it's like, okay, I have to do this, tapping into right now. And sometimes when I'm really excited, for example, now I'm like, my higher self, come through, come through. I'm really excited. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on right now? So yeah, another thing. So Reiki, and I'm a spiritual mentor. As I've said, I'm all about that, really coming to our fullest potential. And that's all that I always will be about. And I think that this is my mission, and I know that this is my purpose. So I'm always trying my best to honor it in all days and in all times.
Wonderful. OMG, I'm so speechless because it's like you're so cool. Like, how can you do that? I don't know how, like I learned about subliminal, I learned about energy, but I couldn't really practice it. I have a friends, I have a friends who can do some Reiki charging like what you did, but
Yes.
uh, and I asked her to charge my first 2 or 3 subliminals, but then a few people, like they don't know much about Reiki and they are scared. They are scared about it.
Yes.
Have you ever faced that kind of people?
Yes, I did. And it was times when people would come through and ask me, hey, is this safe? Will this affect me in a bad way? Will
Yeah,
something bad
yeah,
happen to me?
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Because when we don't know, when we don't resonate deeply, because sometimes we can just resonate with something in the moment. But if we don't resonate with that in the moment, we can have so many questions. And it's so quick, it's all right. It's okay to question. It's normal. And I'm like,
Mm-mm.
it's okay. I can explain this. It's just the unknown and it can scare a lot of people, but it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just those moments in which and I think that every single person experiences at least once in their lifetime, when they feel like whole and so connected to everything and to everyone, and so they feel this love that's unconditional. That is the energy that we are tapping into. So there's nothing to be afraid of, because exactly it is the opposite of fear. So it is this duality, and it is the opposite of fear. It's love. So I understand the fear. I truly do. And I do believe that along the journey, in the beginning, when I did not truly understand how I was born here and reincarnated into this lifetime and what to do and why this is me, why I've been born this way, why I'm having these things, why I know these things like without even trying to, why they are popping up. I was really scared in the beginning too. So it's okay. I do believe that it's
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
journey. You having those moments of what's going on, is this good for me or not? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
normal.
yeah.
And it's just that we're trying to protect ourselves. So we're trying to really, as since the beginning of times, we've tried to protect ourselves. And so we are trying to protect ourselves right now, and to make sure that we are safe and that everything that we do is something safe.
Okay, so when there are a lot of people ask you about that, then you will explain it to them, all of them, or will you just ignore some of them and
Well, I'm trying my best when I'm making videos to put in the description or in the pinned comment what it
oh
is.
yeah,
And if
yeah.
somebody asks me and like they don't understanding, I'm trying my best to really reply and explain this to them, because I know that it can still be new to some people, and that's totally fine. And within this integration process, it can be confusing sometimes, and that's okay.
OMG, you're so lovely. Okay, then I'm so sorry. Is there is something happening here? Okay, we will move to the second question. What result that you have already got from your subliminal?
Okay, whoa, results. My life, my entire life. So, oh my God, let me start with my physical appearance. Firstly,
All right.
so my entire face, like truly my entire face. Um, okay, so when it comes to this, it's my entire face, my entire life, but I'm trying to kind of put this into little, explanations.
Okay.
So we can start with the desired face resemblance. Well, I started to want to have that desired face. It was two. It was Olivia Culpo and Hande Ercel. I think that's the pronunciation. Not sure, so I'm sorry if it's not right. And well, when I started, it was no resemblance. And Olivia Culpo, she was my main. She was the main, like the main. I want this so bad. And yeah, we did not resemble each other at all. And now it's like really strong and it's really amazing to see. And that was a huge result in my life. And here it comes about my eyes, my lips, my nose, my face shape, my facial structure. It's like everything. And that's crazy to see. And there were times in my life where there were people that, and it still is, where people that I know and they know me for a long time ago, they don't recognize me anymore. And it's
Really?
like, yes. And I did have people that were like, is this Olivia Culpo? And I was like, I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm really honored. And it's like really crazy to think of when it's all of these things that just change. And when it comes to my life, I can think firstly of my husband because
Yeah,
yeah, like
both of you are so romantic. I watch it on your Instagram.
well, when it comes to this, I can think firstly of my husband because this was a huge manifestation story. Because my whole life I was really into toxic relationships, and I always had this predefined mindset of I can have love, I will never experience it because men are like this and like this, and these concepts that I've heard from other people that were projecting inside of me that I absorbed like a sponge. So these were strong beliefs inside me. And of course, because I had them, these things were projected to me. They were projected back at me all the time. And I was so done with this. And I thought that I would never experience this. And truly, I've always wanted to get married young, and I wanted to meet the love of my life and get married. And we did get married really young. Like we were both 19. Like I understand me because I don't know, I understand that I had this I want to get married young thing, but he did not. He never had this thing. He never even like thought about this. And it was just one thing that was huge and it was absolutely amazing. And it's like, yeah, when I tell people that, in the beginning, at least when I told people that I was married and I was 19 years old, they were
Yeah,
like,
everyone is surprised. Ooh.
they were like, you're joking, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
no, I'm not joking. This is real. It's actually happened. And yeah, I still have times where I don't know, people would not believe me, mostly guys. They would not believe me when I say this. They're like, why are you rejecting me like this? And I'm like, but I'm telling you the truth. Like, this is real. This is actually real. I'm not joking. And of course, there were people that came through with negativity. But here within our connection, we don't really mind that. We understand. I think that we understand. And in the beginning, I think that I was getting really mad kind of, and I was getting really sad. Why are people judging us? But right now I really understand truly, and I understand all of these aspects and how people can view this, some like this, some like this. And well, another thing, what I can think of, living where I live right now, I've always wanted to end up here. Oh my God, this apartment even is manifested. The way that I am, what I do right now, but like my whole personality, my whole who I am, how I express myself, even how I talk, everything, being here, being here as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
And
glad.
all of this tapping into infinite abundance in every area of my life, that's too. So yes, it is my whole life. And right now at this point, I used to really struggle with this. And I think that the people that know me already, they know that I talked about this. I was struggling with really manifesting things and getting them to really come true. And for a long time, I was in this space of maybe I can't get this, maybe I just can't do it. And it wasn't true, of course. And I was able to get out of that. And right now, I'm into that space in which I just manifest things without the struggle part, without the trying even, sometimes without even the trying part. So I'm like, okay, I want this. Let's make subliminal. Listen once. Okay, it's good. I'm set. So yeah, or sometimes just thinking of it and it's popping up and it's coming through. I'm like, okay, amazing.
Okay, I'm so amazed with all of your results. So maybe you can give some suggestion to my subliminal users. Maybe like, what is your answer of your perspective when someone asks you why they can't get results? Maybe you can teach them or guide them a little.
Yes, well, I think that I'm always about this thing. I do videos on my channel about, the law of attraction and subliminals, how you can get results, different techniques or methods, or more of integration process. Even my journey, I talked about my journey before and how it happened and that period in which I did not feel like it. And I'll continue to talk about it. But right now, when I can give like a short answer, because usually it's really in depth, and even when it comes to the subliminals coaching part and law of attraction coaching, I like do that for months, like months and months and months of integration and of explanations and of work, of practice. But what I can say is that, when I came to subliminals first, I did not have, and I think this is the case in many people, I did not have many, I don't know, doubt, if I can say like that. I did not have many questions or like, okay, let's listen to this. I think that it's stupid. I thought that it was stupid, yes. I thought that it was like just something, so let's experiment. I took it like an experiment. And when I started to see like little things here and there, which I thought they were coincidences. And I do think that many people, when they start to get results, I think they're coincidences. They don't see these synchronicities and results. They see as, oh, this happened, but it's not a result. It cannot be, it's just it cannot be. It's because it's too good to be true. Why does not everyone know about this? So then as I started to get involved more and more, I started to read comments, people saying, you should listen like this much, you should do this, and if you don't do this, and if you don't drink enough water, if you don't drink enough water, then it's not going to work. And because of those things and so many people having so many like contradictions, I started to develop this resistance towards the results. I wanted them, but also I had these things inside of me that were saying, no, I can't get it if I don't do this, if I don't do this, if I don't do that. And I think this is the case for many, many people.
The limiting beliefs.
Yes, because we do view things usually through this spectrum of physicality. So like, what is this? This is water. I see it, right? This is real. If I don't see it, then it's not real. It's like a concept. So this is one thing, because we do treat things as such. And when we get into these things, when it comes to subconscious rewiring and getting results through an audio, because we think like an audio, we don't think of the process that's going on behind. We don't think of the affirmations behind. We don't think of what's actually going on in our brains when that we listen to that subliminal. We are just trying to, make this summed up. And most of the times, then we hold these things within ourselves and we don't even like question. We just go on with them. And if we don't see the results, we're like, my mind is stubborn.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot. Yes. My mind is stubborn. I'm like the only person that this doesn't work for. I don't know. Maybe it's something wrong with me. And it's like, no, absolutely not. Like, why are you accepting that? Because that is one thing that you're telling yourself, that it's affecting the process and you don't realize it. And this is really important, that your inner chatter is like you're coming through with affirmations and they're telling you that you do have those things. And then for the rest of your day, you're telling, I can't. This is impossible for me to get. This is impossible for me to experience. And then this is like these two different mindsets and emotions, because after all, and as we all know, the feeling is the secret, because it truly is. We have this contradiction in emotions, in thoughts. And then like the mind is like, what's going on? What's going on? What do you want? And it's not coming through with what we want. It comes through with what we are vibrational matched with, the vibrational resonance. That's what comes through. Now, when we think like, I would like to have that, but do you feel that truly? And do you feel deserving of that truly? And do you think that that's possible for you? Are you expecting that? Or are you expecting not getting results? Many people
That's
come
deep.
through. Many people come through and they're like, but I'm doing everything right. It's like, no, like there's no such thing of doing everything right. You can't, you're human. There has to be something, and it's always something in the depth of yourself that you have to really find within yourself. That is the reason why you don't have these results on the external world. They're not projecting out for a reason. And mostly that is this thing of really the resistance within that saying, I'm not expecting this to happen because logic. They're thinking like this has to be logically explained, and if it's not, then it doesn't work.
Okay, I think that's enough for this session, and we'll talk about other things in the next sessions. So thank you for watching. See you.
Thank you.